teacher friends. Today is June 24th. It's Thursday of the second week of summer school, and I'm making some progress with some things. I had my students, some of my students volunteer to stay in and help me with some things during our first recess of the day. We have 2 recesses each day, and help me like get some books organized and some cabinets stuffed. So I'm really excited about that, and that saved me so much time. So I'm going to show you what we did before my students come back from lunch, and then I'm going to be like working during my planning period after school to try to get like bulletin board. I really need to get that done, and just some other things done for the day. So my students got all of my teacher professional development books ready for me. They took them from the sink that I told you they were in yesterday and put them over here for me. They're not organized at all, but they moved them, and I said I can do the organizing later, especially because I'm going to contact paper the bookshelf, so everything's going to have to come off anyway. We also got all of my chapter books put on the shelf, so that is a super big accomplishment. I also did not realize that I had this many chapter books. Like, I'm actually kind of floored. I plan to put the labels on there for, I keep saying based off of the author's last name. So I tried to get the students to put the books in order by the author's last name. Nightmare. I'll just do that part myself. It was not going well. I had 4 girls helping me, and it just was a total disaster. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it myself. So they at least got them on the shelf, and then I will like label them. This is another shelf that I plan to cover with contact paper anyway, so once I have to take the books off, I will just order them in alphabetical order and I have to put those labels on there. We also took out my magazines, and I'm still not really sure how I feel about these magazine wraps that I got from the Target dollar spot. These were $5 there, so I have my magazines on here, and turn them around. Let's see, oops, the other types of magazines, so that's what that looks like. And then I didn't have enough for my National Geographic, so I had these book bins from the Target dollar spot from last year. Here is where I'm hiding all my boxes because I'm moving, so I need to keep them, and I don't really want to break them down because then I will have to retape them later, so those are just hiding here. But the sink area, like, you can kind of see some surfaces, so pretty nice, pretty nice. And this cabinet is also starting to come together a little bit, so these are all my teacher read alouds that are going to have to stay in here for the time being. Then like my hand sanitizer and like personal care things like lotion, well, first aid, and then my students' games and Legos and all sorts of things are down here. So still kind of a wishy-washy space. Later, it's after school. It is 3:30, so school ended about an hour ago. I went and got some food because I'm gonna have a late evening here, but I went to get food because I'll be here late. I asked my assistant principal, and she said that the building's probably gonna be open till 7. I don't think I'll be here till 7, but I am gonna be here late because I want to get this classroom done, and I have a call with some people, and it would just be easier to do that here instead of having to worry about traffic. But I really got to get this classroom done. So I want to show you guys what I've done in the meantime so that you can see what I've been doing. Okay, so during my planning period, I got the Better Than Paper rolls that I got. I think I shared them with you guys already, but I got the Better Than Paper rolls out, and I put up the white one with black spots. I love it. oh my gosh, like people told me that I was gonna love it, but I like really love it because I had to do so much bending and moving to get it to fit back there because I already put my bookshelves back there and I didn't want to move them so like I could put them on there, and no wrinkles, no creases. It was just so easy to deal with. And I went ahead and first I used thumbtacks to push, like to line it up. I wanted it to be really flush with the edges of my whiteboard, of my bulletin board. So I used thumbtacks to get it in there or to place it, and then I went behind it and I stapled it. I did use the hack for stapling. When you are stapling like black things and you don't want your staples to show, you can take a permanent marker and color all the staples, the tops of the staples at least, black. And so I made sure to only staple the black circles of the paper so that like the silver staples or black staples wouldn't show on the white parts of the paper. But it's totally great. I will go ahead and show you it. Also, if you are not familiar with the Better Than paper, I want to show you the label. This is the label that I got off of the roll, and it talks about how it is, you can write on it. It's a write-on, wipe-off surface, so pretty much you can do like wet erase or dry erase markers on there, and they just come right off. It cuts easily, which I had to do because I had to use like 1 1/3 of a roll of the paper for my bulletin board. Doesn't tear or show holes, and cleans easily with a damp cloth. Here's my bulletin board for now. Obviously there's just a lot more work to do, but if you look close you can see that I put I don't even know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see that I put the staples in the black spots of the paper, so you can't really see it. So from here to here, and let's see, I left a thumbtack in there, was 1 roll, and then from here to there was about 1/3 of another roll. And I am now seeing that there's lots of thumbtacks still left in here that I need to grab. Something that I'm really excited about that I hadn't really anticipated was, oh god, ignore that mess. I got the boxwood Better Than paper as well, and so I'm gonna cover this bookshelf with it, and I'm loving it. Like, I put it, it's not officially on there, I just kind of played around with it to see if this was like just a crazy idea in my head, but it was gonna look really gaudy and tacky in the classroom. But I think once it's actually fitted, it's gonna turn out really nice. As you can see, my junk pile's still back here, but I came back here actually to show you the border that I plan to use on this bulletin board back here. I got this black and white border from Schoolgirl Style. Yeah, Schoolgirl Style from Carson DeLosa. So I got this from Amazon. I think I have all these things linked in my storefront. So if you want this Better Than paper, the boxwood Better Than paper, the borders, anything like that, I tried to put everything I have in my storefront if I got it from Amazon. So if you want it for your classroom, just click the link in my description. You'll be able to grab these. So I have this border, and then I have just like a solid black scallop border, like so. And I think I want to pair them like this. I think I want to pair them on my bulletin board, but I'm also kind of stuck between doing like pairing them and layering them. I've been layering my borders for a few years, but I also think I might want to just play around with different black and white borders. So like have one section of my bulletin board for one thing just be the stripes, have another section just be the scallops, and then another section be the other borders that I have that are black and white. I can show you the other borders that I have that are black and white as well. So because I went ahead and took out the border, and I'm thinking about going ahead and getting these bulletin boards done, or at least border put up, like words and things like that. It may not get done today, but at least have the border. I had to start to figure out, well, like where do I want certain things to go in the classroom, because that's how I would partition the board and whatever. So this entire board, I need to like scoot back, but this entire board is going to be math. Actually, this entire wall, so from that corner of the room to here is going to be math. So I just kind of labeled this with a little sticky note that says math. And then I went ahead and I started to label like other things that are going to be put in the classroom. This one fell down, but I have some letters that I cut out on Cricut that say math is cool. Those are gonna go there. I think I want to cover this whole thing with the Better Than paper too. I don't want it to look too gaudy though. That's the only thing that concerns me. But this will be my math vocab wall. I think I'm gonna have my class jobs here, our Essential 45 here, which is our class rules. All of my social studies resources are gonna go along this wall, so I'm gonna put the word social studies across the top, and that's where all my social studies anchor charts are gonna go. I didn't label this, but this is where my math inspirational posters are gonna go. I don't know if they'll be up in this setup video, but they're available in my TPT store if you want to see those. And over here, this wall, so pretty much like above this black shelf and over, is going to be my science/STEM wall. So like, yeah, maybe everything over. And then over here is where I'm gonna put like old class pictures and little knickknacks like that, I think. I don't really know. Still haven't opened this box and set up this chair yet. Don't know that I'll do that today. And okay, so one thing I'm also noticing is that I think I might have too much storage. I've pretty much emptied all of my boxes. This one is like another empty box. So I've pretty much emptied all of my boxes, but my bookshelves are not as like full as they once were. And I think a part of the reason why I really needed my bookshelves last year was because we couldn't use any of our materials because of COVID. So I had to like shelf everything, but now things are being put back into use. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it because it's still very messy, but that bookshelf is completely empty. This one is not full, and this one's not full. So now I'm wondering, like, am I missing some boxes, which is possible, or do I just not have as much stuff as I usually have? Or I don't know. I guess I did acquire some new bookcases, but I'm still like, where is everything? Like, how do I have space? Like, I'm always the teacher with no space because I have a lot of stuff. So trying to navigate that and figure that part out. But what I'm going to do now, what I think I'm going to do now, is I'm going to go ahead and split up these these bulletin boards, and then also do the like green boxwood thing over there. And I'm going to be watching Too Hot to Handle on my school computer because that show just came out yesterday, and I love like Netflix trash TV. I can't watch like VH1 trash TV, but I love Netflix trash TV, so gonna watch that. And once I do the bulletin boards and do that bookcase back there, I think what I only want to do is just kind of like neaten up all the surfaces and get my stuff ready for my sponsored content tomorrow, so I can just hit the ground running and get that stuff done. So we are going to play around with some border. I made the mistake of like sitting and thinking too long, and you know, when you do that, you want to change everything, or maybe that's just perfectionist like me. So I decided that I want to do something different with my bulletin board, which kind of sucks because I already stapled all those things in and cut that paper, but maybe I can like put it somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I don't want to waste that. But I decided what I want to do is, let me take you over there with me. So what I want to do is use the whole length of this first roll of paper to be my math anchor chart section. So I put a lot of anchor charts by the end of the year, and I kind of want to keep it that way. And last year I felt like I was running out of space sometimes with my anchor charts, so I want to not have that be a thing this year, and I can leave up my anchor charts for longer if I do it like this. So yeah, that's that. But I'm gonna take down this perfect square I've made. I guess it's like a square, and I want to replace that section with the boxwood, some of the remainder of the boxwood, because I want it to be differentiated, and I know that it's going to, like, this is going to be a totally different section. And last year I had it split, like this was a section, middle, and that's where I had my anchor charts, and then this over here was another section, and that's where I had my math talk. But that big F is going to go outside the classroom, and my math talk will either go in the front of the class underneath the whiteboard, or I might honestly like squeeze it here, or maybe even put it on the door over there. But either way, I don't think I want to use the bulletin board for that. So I'm going to take the staples out of this paper over here. And I'm also going to cut this boxwood. Actually, before I take those staples out, I'm going to cut this boxwood one to make sure I have enough boxwood to even cover that with. This the white and black for this square, and I thought I recorded it but I didn't. But also, like, look how perfect, like, this stuff is so durable. So it's a little bit shiny on the outside, but not anything too bad. Like, it's not a super bad glare. And on the underside, it's like, I don't know, recycled material, and it's recyclable, but I can like bend it and there's just no creases. Like, that in itself, and it's reusable, so that makes it totally worth it. All right, now I'm gonna put it up there. Now, and I think I love it, and I think once there's border, it's going to look so cute. I can say that I don't know what the heck I was doing with my cutting, but I jacked that up over there, which means I probably jacked up whatever's going on the bookshelves, but I think it looks so good. And I really think once I put those borders on there to separate it, it's gonna look so magnifique. I'm so excited. Is done. Let's see if I can show you a better view. When I say done, I just mean that it's covered and boarded, which took a long time. I didn't really share the boarding process, but that's just because it was definitely more challenging than the Better Than paper. They need some Better Than border too. So some benefits were that I was able to literally board my entire bulletin board, and I think mine is like 16 feet long. 16 or 15 feet long. So I was able to board the entire bulletin board and give it sections, all from one roll. I mean, 2 rolls because I did double border, but 1 roll each. And yeah, so that's really nice. Like, you get your bang for your buck, because now I have 2 extra rolls that I guess I can use for other things. But because it is rolled and it's not like segmented pieces, it is so hard to do long areas of stuff. And I could have cut it, but because it was long, I wanted it to just be a straight line. It's just like such a fight trying to staple like a rolled up border. So you can imagine how that process looked, which is why I didn't even pick up my camera during it. Alright guys, I am about to head out of here. I'm not staying as late as I intended, but I'm ready to go. I'm really tired. The room is not done, and it will definitely not be done tomorrow, but I'm hoping I can just do what I need to do in the classroom, like in between the mess, and make it work. So this is what it looks like on Thursday. It's your daily update. Hey guys, it is Friday, the last day of the week. I literally haven't done too much today, but I do want to show you what I did since yesterday, and I'm gonna head up out of here. So what I was able to tackle, I think I showed you guys yesterday that I did my bulletin board and I added the boxwood. I also added that little light up sign from Target back there, but what I'm most excited about is my bookshelf. So here's the bookshelf from the front. Not anything spectacular, but as you can see, I covered the whole back side of it. So I'm so excited about this. It turned out so nice and it looks so good. I love it so much. So that is all of the classroom setup that we're gonna get done for today, or for this week. But as you can tell, we have a lot more setting up to do. So I'm gonna share with you why I wanted to do this and how I did it next week and what I plan to do with the backside of this. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more classroom setup videos, as you can tell, there's going to be a lot more to come, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see or what questions you have, and I'll try to make sure I answer them in the next video. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend or week, summer, whatever you're doing when you watch this. Bye!